Back on the Marion General Hospital pregame show, catching up with Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews before they take on the Racers of Northwestern Ohio here tonight. You've been through this a time or two, both at the high school level and at the college level. What's it like preparing practice the week of final exams?
Yeah, I think it varies by team and by player. You'd like to think our guys have the maturity to be a phrase we use a lot, business-like. You know, this is part of what their deal here. So getting a degree is at the forefront, but they're men's basketball players, and so this is part of what they do. And to be able to balance all of that is pretty important. And from a coaching side of things, you don't always know. You don't know exactly how hard they've had to push, to finish, and what each class has demanded. So we'd love to play, I guess I'd call it, Rick, with a lot of joy and gratitude. You're done, at a long semester and looking forward to a game tonight and a trip to Florida coming up and Christmas right down the road. So we got a lot to be thankful for and hope that our guys play with a ton of joy is what I would tell you.
I'm not going to be the first person to ask you this. Is there any more room on that flight to Florida? It's supposed to get a little bit colder around these parts, and you guys are heading to the warm. So Any more room
I
for a 5'8" broadcaster that can fit their
There
way
you
on the
go.
plane there?
We could fit you in a travel bag.
Yeah.
I feel like we could.
You have big travel bags now. I can fit in everything real easy.
I think I saw 82 or 83 for Sunday. We're going to head over to Clearwater and get on the beach and throw football or play with football or clown around. So our guys are going to get a nice experience, and then we'll try to get after it against a couple quality Florida opponents. And life's tough.
Yeah, rough life for the Taylor men's basketball team. No finals. We're heading to Florida in 72 hours or less. Let's go back to Friday. Big night here every year. After a year away, Silent Night came back, and bigger and better than ever maybe. Kids were lining up after your game against Indiana Tech on Tuesday, almost 72 hours of camping out.
Yeah.
I think we finally got the lobby of Odell Arena kind of aired out and kind of back to smelling normal after people were living in it for 3 days. Caden Furman went bonkers, had 34 points, had a career-high 8 threes, and you guys come away with a 79-75 win. What was like to see your team come away with a real grind-out victory in front of over 2,000 people,
Sure.
2,100 people here on Friday night?
Well, a blast for us, as we knew it would be, and just so exciting to be in the mix of the community event that Silent Night is, and then to have a pretty thrilling game. And I told you we were playing a formidable foe. They seem to thrive in the environment. Had a couple guys play at the high end of their games, and our guys toughed it out. You mentioned Caden. I thought him coming out and being poised and making shots was really important for our group, and we played off of that and got a big win. And we thank the community and the student body, of course, everyone in athletics that helps put that on. So it's such an exciting deal. And then it comes at a good time. Lets you breathe a little bit, and you do exams, and that's where we hope from that we're ready to get back to work here and compete at a high level.
Can't forget to talk about Aaron Hahn, a career high 20 points. He went 7 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3, and there was a great shot that we had of him just screaming when you guys got that last rebound to secure the win. He has had a really long road to get here. Started out at St. Francis, transferred, has sit out a calendar year because of the transfer rules. Well, how much of a joy has it been to see him play as strong as he has this year? He leads your team in three-point shooting at 56%.
It's really nice to see a guy get rewarded for staying with something. You know, kind of the longevity of just pushing and bringing it every day and being patient. You know, kind of an old school model to his success. And so it's exciting to see him get rewarded, and I hope that comes in the form of wins for our team and more shot attempts for Aaron. And he's obviously shooting the ball at a really high clip. We'd like him to spread the floor. He does good things. He's got the little bit of an old man's game, and I'm thinking of the fake handoff. That was a big play in that Silent Night game. He's just got some tools that play. He's very fundamentally sound and crafty, and has been a great addition to this year's team, so I'm happy for him.
You guys get back. Jason Hubbard had to sit out the game after getting the 2 technical fouls on Tuesday night. Had to sit out Silent Night. What's it been like trying to work him back into the mix here after not getting to play on Friday?
Yeah, not difficult at all in practice. We'll see how things look tonight in game and finding that balance. You know, he's an elite player and playmaker, and you know, obviously that changes things in the rhythm from a week ago. But you know, he's a fourth-year guy. He's the leader of this group. And our team, you know, we hope our chemistry, the balance we play with, and I'd sure like to think the aggressive nature we approach the game with can just launch tonight and going forward. We've got just enough firepower to make us, to give us an opportunity in every game is how we feel. But we need everybody's investment, everybody's involvement. And excited to see what this looks like tonight in these couple games in Florida. And you hope to tighten things up and kind of be ready to play come January with how we're going to play, the brand we're going to play with. And we think we're pretty close, but 3 important games for us.
We're joined by Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews before they take on the Racers of Northwestern Ohio. The Uno comes in 5-8, 3-4 in the WAC, and they're very similar to a team out of the WAC that you saw on Tuesday in Indiana Tech. That they are a massive group of individuals, just 2 guys, just like Indiana Tech, on their roster that are not 6 feet tall. Does it help going against Indiana Tech a week ago, going against a very big team again tonight in Uno?
Yeah, big physical team, and we've got to counter that with how we spread the floor, how we open up the lane and be able to attack. Can't back down from size. I'd say key number 1 is getting them out of the paint when the shot goes up. Westrick, their crew on the interior, just massive, powerful guys that'll hang around and get them second shot opportunities. Hopefully we can play in the open floor and beat them back some and find some cheap ones. But just being balanced and taking great shots and pinging the ball is key for us. It's going to be key for success the rest of the year, and we're going to play plenty of teams in our league with size, so we've got to combat that.
A 6-foot freshman, number 11, Biggs Johnson. At forward, a 6'7" senior, number 35, Justin Kepp. And at forward, a 6'7" freshman, number 42, Ben Westbrook. Assistant coaches for the Racers are Jeff Willis and Jesse Ditto. Head coach for Northwestern Ohio is Caleb Williams. And now fans, I'm going to read you the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At one, a 6'4" senior from Woodward, Indiana, number 34, Aaron Hahn. At one, a 6'4" sophomore from Liberty Township, Ohio, number 15, Caden Furman. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 14, Jeff Clayton. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from Hamilton, Ohio, number 10, Jackson Lewis. And at forward, a 6'6" senior from Miami, Ohio, 0, Jason Hubbard. Assistant coaches for the Trojans are Aaron Marshall and Stan Garvey. Head coach for Taylor is Josh Andrews.
We do have one more portion of our pregame conversation with Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews that will play during halftime. We asked him about the evolution of the game of basketball, with Stephen Curry breaking the NBA career threes made mark on Tuesday night at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Cedric Delancey Jr., Zach Montz, Biggs Johnson, Justin Kepp, Ben Westrick. The 5 for Northwestern Ohio. Kepp and Jeff Clayton will jump. And Clayton wins the tip back to Jason Hubbard. They're out there with Jackson Lewis, Caden Furman, and Aaron Hahn. Lewis shakes away from his defender, got to the baseline right, bumped by the defender, out to the arc, and Clayton. Taylor quickly swings it around as they attack the basket to our right. They're in white with purple numbers and purple letters. Hubbard attacks Kepp, goes up and under, reverse layup, right hand will dance on the rim and drop. Hubbard out Friday on Silent Night after picking up the 2 technical fouls against Indiana Tech. Tuesday comes right back in and makes his presence known. He guards Biggs Johnson, went for a career-high 32 in Uno's win over Goshen on Tuesday. Here's Johnson, free throw line, heaves one up over Hubbard, front rim, no, tapped in easily by Justin Kepp, 6'7", the big man down low. So 2 6'7" guys, Johnson at 6 feet, Montz at 6'4", and Delancey at 6'2". A big lineup out there once again here for Northwestern Ohio. Hubbard attacks, trying to go up and under again. This time with the left hand is no good. Tapped away from him by Kepp, and here come the Racers the other way from right to left. Johnson, jump stop, finds Montz. This one kicked away by the aforementioned Jeff Clayton of Taylor. Uno plays out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. They picked up an 84-68 win at their home gym, The Garage, on Tuesday night. They're led by Caleb Williams in his 5th season. Taylor led by 9th-year head coach Josh Andrews. Kepp, guarded by Hahn, bouncing outside to Johnson. The Racers' leading scorer. They'll go baseline left. This is Westrick trying to overpower Clayton, trying to muscle his way in. Kettrick pivoting, up shot, rolls off the rim, tapped away from Hahn by Uno and gobbled up by Furman. Taylor from left to right in white. They come in 5-8 overall. The Racers come in 5-8, winners of 4 of their last 6. Clayton goes right to the rim, but his shot is thwarted by Westrick. The Racers wheel up the floor with Johnson far side. There to cut him off is Jackson Lewis. Ball knocked away. Uno able to get the ball back. Volleyball line, Johnson runs Lewis into a screen. Back to the screener and Westrick at the volleyball line. Montz, lefty drive, guarded by Hubbard. Lost the ball, did Montz, and he gathers it back in and will jet outside the arc. 8 to shoot for Uno on their second possession of the game. Game tied at 2. Montz, league logo, got Clayton in the air. Clayton got back to his feet and got his fingertips on the shot of Montz. Nice play from Jeff, and the game remains tied at 2. Here comes Hahn, career high 20 on Friday night, trying to get his man in the air. Clayton quickly dishes it around as Taylor pings it around to the far side. Furman outside the arc. Hubbard, who has the only 2 points for Taylor tonight, drives, chucked his man away, got it back. His shot is blocked. Nicely done by Justin Kepp. Here comes Uno the other way as he gets a rousing ovation. Kepp does from his teammates on the bench across from us and to our right. Delancey quickly gets the ball into the near side. Johnson rises for a 3 over Lewis. That's short off the near side rim as Johnson's 3 taken from the near side of the floor. Johnson made 7 of 10 threes against Goshen Tuesday. Still 2 up with about 3 minutes gone here in this first half as Lewis crosses over. Low bouncer to Hahn, spins out of his hands, and Taylor gives it away for the first time tonight. Both teams not shooting it particularly well. Uno 1 of 5, Taylor 1 of 4. Two. Both teams averaging points in the low 60s. Taylor at 64% and Northwestern Ohio at 66 points. I should say 64 for Taylor. The difference is the Trojans allow their opponents to score to 66 points per game. Uno allowing points to opponents to score 73 against them. Handoff. Johnson trying to shake away from Hubbard. Rises from outside the free throw line and hits the jump shot. First bucket for Biggs Johnson, the redshirt freshman, a local kid that stayed home from Lima Central Catholic, one of the top high schools in the Lima area. Backdoor cut, Hubbard found Lewis in the corner. Handoff Furman, 2 defenders there, the near side baseline. Furman finds the cutting Hubbard, who powers up for a 2-hand dunk, and the foul on Justin Koepp. So Hubbard's got all 4 of Taylor's points as the opportunity to put the home team back in front. Nifty find there from Furman. First on Koepp, first on the Racers. Jason shooting 73% from the stripe this season. His senior year, front rim leaves it short, and the game remains level at 4. 3.5 minutes expired here in half number 1. Johnson, the Racers, rises for a straight off 3. Off the bounce, no good. Hit it off the front rim short, and Furman able to haul in the miss with a right hand. Lewis weaves to the middle of the floor, his only 2 points on Friday. Broke the silence here in the 24th annual Silent Night game. Hubbard goes right at Koepp, step back, fadeaway league logo long. But Clayton got his hand in there, poked it away, and Lewis able to scamper it up. Out to Furman, a rhythm 3. He got into the air and dribbled it. That's the second time that we've seen that happen to KJ this season, as he hears it from the end of the Uno bench. Second turnover by the Trojans here in the opening half. We're tied at 4 minutes in to half number 1. Johnson, low pass that kept able to keep away from trouble. Far sideline, Delancey into the right block. Westbrook trying to back down Clayton. Lefty hook was left short. Good challenge from Clayton. He's played really good defense against the big fellow Westrick, who's got a couple more pounds on the 6'7 Clayton. Media timeout, 15:53 left to go in the first half. It's Taylor 4 and Northwestern Ohio 4 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Shooting at a premium here to start our contest off. Taylor 2 of 6, Northwestern Ohio 2 of 8. And Taylor's got the ball out of the timeout. Jackson Lewis out for the Trojans. His freshman counterpart Jacob Lindsay in for TU. And no change to the 5 out there for the Northwestern Ohio Racers, who are clad in red. Jason Hubbard has the ball. He scored all 4 of Taylor's points. Hahn holds on the near side. Taylor attacks the basket to our right. Kinsey defended by Johnson. Into the arc, top of the key, Clayton turns and faces the basket. 10 to shoot with Hubbard, defended by Koepp. Near sideline, Furman around a Hubbard screen left side with 5 to shoot. Furman's got to let it go quick. 4, draws 2, off balance pass. Kinsey with 1, doesn't see it, and that's a shot clock violation against the Trojans, and the ball wedged against the rim as well. Turnover number 3 for Taylor here in the first less than 5 minutes. Northwestern Ohio is yet to give the ball away, but again, they've only made 2 of their 8 shots. Hunter Bodie makes his way to the scorer's table for Northwestern Ohio, the 6'8 redshirt junior. Montz weaving around a screen, pulls up and picks up the bounce inside the near side arc. Gets it from Johnson with 5 minutes gone here in the half. Montz a three off the near side of the rim. That one bounces out of play, and it'll go out of bounds. Montz, the second best three-point shooter for Uno, comes in at just below 32% on the year. And the Trojans going to a smaller guard lineup here with Gavin Yoon coming in to give Jeff Clayton a breather. That happens right when Bodie comes in for Northwestern Ohio. He stands at 6'8", but then Yoon and Kinsey get caught up with each other on the near sideline, and they fumble the ball out of bounds as Taylor gives it away for the fourth time here in the first half. Still 4-4, 5 minutes and 6 seconds into half number one. Uno 2 of 9, Taylor 2 of 6. The Racers in the road red jerseys tonight with white numbers and white letters in the black trim. Then Bodie turns this one thrown to Taylor assistant coach Stan Doherty. The problem is Coach Doherty not playing, and he's in a suit. So 2 miscues and miscommunications on passes, and we're right back to where we were a couple of minutes ago with Taylor with the ball. That's the first turnover for Northwestern Ohio tonight. Yoon between the circles, bounces off to Hubbard, fakes the handoff as he turns and faces the basket right side circle. Furman, one of the top three-point shooters in the country. They are not letting him get anything going here tonight. Turns it over on the good defense by Cedric Delancey. Delancey will skip to the front court. Kinsey picks him up near the arc. Top of the key, Bodie thought about a three with Hubbard there to defend. Falling down is Westrick as he and Hahn got tangled up. And the ball goes sailing out of bounds as it's a turnover fest between both teams. Furman out. Taylor's Grant Niehausen for the Trojans. Furman has yet to take a shot tonight, but he does lead the game with 4 rebounds. Delancey was the one that locked up the top perimeter players for Goshen in the Racers win on Tuesday. Trying to do that to Furman here. Hubbard has all 4 of the Trojans' points. Bangs with Westrick. That's the first on Westrick and the second against the visitors from the metropolis that is Lima, Ohio. Delancey out along with Westrick for Uno. Justin Kep back in for the Racers, and the first time we get to see Jalen Clark in for Uno as well. Kinsey, near side arc Yoon, who had some big buckets in the second half in Taylor's Silent Night win last Friday against Lincoln Christian. Hubbard inside the far side arc on the baseline, tries to rip and go on Kep, cuts him off, turns, trying to pivot, find an angle, throws one off balance, it's no good. And the 6'8 Bodie able to haul that in on his tiptoes. Flying up the floor near side Clark, far side Montz attacks unabated, goes up top to Bodie, then outside the arc it finds the hands of Clark. Near side, Biggs Johnson, guarded by the freshman Jacob Kinsey. 13:30 remaining here in the opening half. Taylor and Uno tied at 4. Beautiful spin from Bodie and a reverse layup as he serpentined around Niehaus. First bucket for Hunter Bodie, coming in off of 22 points in the win over Goshen on Tuesday. 6-4, the Uno lead. It's their first lead here of the night. Actually make it their second lead. Hubbard trying to tie it long, 2. That one skips off the rim, and Bodie has another miss here for Uno. Montz will glide up the far side of the floor with tape on his left wrist. Hubbard picks him up and then out to the volleyball line, and Johnson. 3 over Kinsey, swish for Biggs Johnson. First triple for the top scorer for Uno, and quickly out of that media timeout, it's a 5-0 run for the Racers, and they lead 9-4. Niehaus to the far corner, and Kinsey. Johnson daring to go to the baseline. Kinsey does, draws 2. They leave Hubbard open for a 3. Inside the arc, Yoon lost it, collided with the defender. Now it finds the hands of Hubbard up top. Down the baseline left, far corner. Kinsey 3, long off the heel. But the weak side rebound is Niehaus's, but they whistle him for an offensive foul for pushing Jalen Clark in the back. Taylor now 2 of 10 from the floor. Clayton will come back in for the Trojans to replace Hubbard. And Delancey returns for Northwestern Ohio. Furman in to get Hahn as well. So all 4 of the Trojans' points now sitting on the bench in the form of Jason Hubbard. 5 from Biggs Johnson, who stays out there for Uno. 2 for Bodie, who's out there as well, and 2 for Kep, who holds the ball right here at the top, defended by Clayton. Far side, Delancey. Out there for his defensive prowess, into Bodie against the smaller Niehaus. Yoon comes to double, top of the key, catch and shoot 3. Clark is long off the back rim, and Furman the only one there as he hauls in his 5th rebound of the opening half to lead the game. Caden still trying to find his first shot. Maybe he'll get it here as Kinsey operates on the left side high. Takes a right side Clayton screen, turns the corner, back to Clayton, double team, no look dish. Right corner 3-ball, Yoon. Swish for 2 and white. Nifty no look dish from Clayton. And the Trojans back to within 2. That stops the 5 unanswered
from Uno. Clark, defended by Yoon to Johnson, who leads the game with 5. Kinsey swiping at the ball. Bodie, near side Clark. Bodie sets the right side screen. Yoon goes underneath. Then the behind the back bounce is lost. Here comes Niehaus, unabated as Delancey comes in, blocks it off the glass, and no offensive goaltending is called as as Niehaus maybe went in there a little bit too casually. Johnson out to Delancey for a 3. Clayton fouled him. It dances on the rim and bounces home. Delancey makes just his 6th 3 of the season. It hit every part of the rim and then went off the glass, and a potential 6-point swing here after Delancey raced to the other end and thwarted Niehaus's what looked to be wide open layup. The first on Jeff Clayton, the first against Taylor. Out is Kep for Uno, and back in for the first time, is Owen Nichols. Free throw from Delancey, perfect. 75% is Delancey on the year. And that is his average in points. Lewis back in for Taylor, replacing Kinsey. It's a 6-point Northwestern Ohio lead. Delancey averages just 4 points per game. But he's come through with 4 right here on a 4-point play as that ball hit every part of the rim and the glass before dropping home. Taylor down by a game-high 6, 13-7. Yoon has 3 of the Trojans' 7. Furman trying to get over Johnson. Outside the arc, far side, Niehaus drives baseline left, cut off, rises from 8, fade away, no, halfway down. Clayton got it, got fouled, tried to go up strong through contact, and Jeff floats it in. It looked like Jeff got fouled on the forearm coming down with the rebound, fought through contact and floated it home. Bodie bluffs a 3. He will chuck Niehaus away, but they'll say that Niehaus got there too late, and that's the second foul against Grant Niehaus. And the top scorer for Uno, Biggs Johnson, exits. Zach Montz back in. And Niehaus will have to check out as Jason Hubbard returns for Taylor. And Kep will come back in for Northwestern Ohio. So here are the 5 on the floor, as Taylor head coach Josh Andrews gets an explanation about the foul on Niehaus. It is Montz, Bodie, Kep, with Delancey and Clark. Clark and Bodie, the only non-starters out there for Uno. The Trojans counter with Lewis, Clayton, Hubbard, Yoon, and Furman for their 5 starters, as Yoon the only non-starter out there for Taylor. Bodie looks over his shoulder knowing Furman was behind him. Good spin from the top of the key, spins back to his left, and a wonderful move from Hunter Bodie as he put it right around Jason Hubbard on 2 beautiful spins to just maneuver his way in for his second field goal. Taylor back down by 6, 15-9. Bodie slaps at it here. Clayton to the free throw line, and Hubbard, who scored Taylor's first 4 points. They are denying Furman on the far side. This is much what Marion did to the big success against Taylor a few weeks ago. Hubbard rising for a 3 off the front rim. Clayton tried to get to it, could not. And the shooting woes from 3 continue. Taylor 1 of 3 from downtown. They trail by a game-high 6 as we pass the halfway point of half number 1. 2 screens either side. Clark takes the one to his left. Fakes an in-and-out dribble, whips it far side to Delancey. Jabbing twice, driving with a left hand, spins back to his right, trying to back down Yoon, right block. Furman went for the steal, miss. Montz goes down the lane, up in the air, spun it off the rim, got his own miss, but then knocked out of his hands by Hubbard, and it's a 5-on-4. Yoon calling for it, he goes far side to Furman. Goes baseline left, got into the air, slips it through somehow to Yoon. Near side Lewis, 1 extra pass, right corner Furman, free ball, corner pocket. Excellent ball movement by the Trojans, and Taylor back to within 3. With 9:10 remaining in the first half. Delancey, guarded by Yoon. Bodie up top, guarded by Hubbard. Bodie spinning like a top again. Hubbard cuts him off. Clark with less than 9 to go first half. Shimmy shake, lost it. Yoon trying to dive. Delancey able to snatch it away from him. 9 to shoot for the Racers, now 8-7. Bodie trying to take it himself from up top. Gets into Hubbard's body, spins, lost it. Yoon turns and scoops it up. Trojans with an opportunity to tie the game at 15. Yoon, no-look dish, Hubbard, mid-post right, attacks left hand, baseline left pass to Clayton. Jeff picks it up, looking for help, bounce pass up top to Lewis. Left side high, Hubbard, Tooks and looks at the shot clock to our left, 15 to shoot, crossing over Bodie, double team comes, spins away, over 3 defenders, and Jason Hubbard leaving an impression in the game tonight. De'Aris Hope with a right forearm flex down to our right as the Trojans on a 5-0 spurt, claw to within 1. Timeout for Northwestern Ohio and head coach Caleb Williams. It will be a 30-second stoppage. 8:16 to go first half. Uno with the ball leading by 1.
Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Each team has made 6 field goals tonight. Northwestern Ohio 6 of 15, Taylor 6 of 17. Both teams have made 2 threes. The Racers 2 of 6, Taylor 2 of 4. Biggs Johnson back in out of the timeout. Hubbard shadowing his every move. Johnson picks to the bounce and whips it near side to Kemp and then gives it right back to the Racers' leading scorer. Both Yoon and Hubbard pounce. Johnson near side to Motts. Got around Furman with ease, got into the air. Far side Delancey trying to get his second 3 and he swished it from the right side. Delancey came in making just 5 threes on the entire year, and he's got 2 already in the first half. Taylor back down by 4. Hahn re-enters his shot, thwarted by Delancey. Second block for the defensive stopper Delancey tonight. As now Johnson will weave through defenders. Hubbard tracking him, setting a 3, Kemp 3, front rim short. Hubbard up over the entire world to haul in the miss. Kemp now 0 of 4 from 3-point range this season. Furman almost fell down on behind the back bounce, got to the baseline left. Kicks it up top, Hahn. They leave him open. Hahn leaves the 3-point shot short. A rare miss for the Trojans' top 3-point shooter at 56%. They whip it in. That was telegraphed and Hahn stole it. And now the Trojans off to the races on a 3-on-3. Furman, hesitation dribble. He gets tied up by Delancey's left arm. And that's the first one on the defensive stopper, Delancey. First on 1 in red, third on Uno. And we come to a media timeout. 7:14 to go first half. It's Northwestern Ohio 18, Taylor 14 on the Trojans Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Coming off of his second 30-point game this season, Caden Furman had 34 points on a career-high 8 made threes on Silent Night last Friday. Tonight, he's been limited to just 1 shot. He's made it for just 3 points, a 3-point shot. Well, after great ball movement, but he also has a game-high 5 rebounds right now. Hubbard leads the way for Taylor with 6, 7 for Cedric Delancey, who averages just 4 per game. And out of the media timeout, Taylor will get it in on the baseline. They trail by 4. Furman bluffs, draws 2 defenders. Delancey pokes at the ball. Furman stops, fades away from the block, and floats it in. Good-looking move there from Caden Furman. And that draws the Trojans back to within a deuce. 7 minutes remaining before halftime between Taylor and Northwestern Ohio. The Racers have been in the driver's seat for the last handful of minutes. Johnson coming off his career-high 32. 3 might have been blocked by Lewis, and it floats in for another triple. 8 in the first half for Biggs Johnson, who averages 14 per game. After missing his first 2 threes, he's made his last 2 in a row. And just like that, Taylor back down by 5. 21-16 the margin with the Trojans starting 5 on the floor. Hubbard, left side circle. Inside the arc, mid-post left Hahn. Trying to back down Montz. Head fake, draw 2 defenders. Floats it short, no good. Hahn taps it, and Clayton will save it on the baseline. Shot clock resets to 20. Beautiful swing pass. Lewis left side 3. Swish. Off the pass from Hubbard. Jackson Lewis makes just his 8th three of the season, came in shooting 25%. And now Delancey will draw the defensive eyes of Taylor's Jason Hubbard. Trojans down by a pair with 6 minutes remaining. Johnson again, this time a long three. Lit the floor as a good box out by Clayton. Kept those in red away from the ball. Taylor trying to regain the lead or tie the game. In and out dribbles. Lewis goes for the tie and circuses home a reverse layup with a left hand from right to left. Beautiful in and out dribbles from Jackson Lewis, the man that broke the silence less than a week ago. And we're even at 21 with 5:40 remaining in the first. Driving Montz on Furman. Caden cuts him off before we get to the block left. Westbrook outside to Montz, measuring a three. Swish near side for the 32% Zach Montz. First basket for Montz, and that puts the Racers back in front by 3, 24-21. Lobbing it in, too high for Clayton, but he was pulled down by Ben Westrick. Second on the big man, and number 4 against Northwestern Ohio. 3 subs coming in, 1 for Northwestern Ohio, that's Hunter Bodie. He replaces Justin Kep. 2 for the Trojans, Luke Huffer and Gavin Yoon. Caden Furman and Aaron Hahn out. 1 more in for Uno, that's Owen Nichols. He replaces Westrick with the 2 fouls. Lewis, Yoon, Hubbard, Clayton, Huffer, the Taylor 5, with Lewis to get it in. Far sideline to Yoon, outside the arc, left side high, Hubbard, with Taylor shooting on the basket to our right. They're in white, with Uno defending in red in the man-to-man. Hubbard hands off to Lewis, shot out of a cannon. Low bounce pass, Huffer thought about a step back 3. Hubbard attacks baseline left, through 2 defenders. His circus shot was swatted away, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. That's kept being trying to walk something off on the far side, being talked to by head coach Caleb Williams. Fouls on Uno's Owen Nichols. That's his first, the team's 5th. Sends Hubbard to the line for 2, where he's 0 for 1 tonight. The first. Front rim, back rim, and just will roll off. The home iron unkind to Jason. So the best Jason can do here is draw the Trojans to within a deuce. Shot close to 80% from the line a year ago. Swishes this one. 7 for Hubbard. That leads Taylor. 1 off of Biggs Johnson's game high of 8. And here comes Northwestern Ohio from right to left in red. They lead by 2. They've led by as many as 6. Montz, free throw line, fakes a 2, now takes it over Yoon and swishes his second straight shot. Good looking shot there for the senior Zach Montz out of Pickerington, Ohio. And the Racers go back in front by 4. Lewis to Hubbard, right side circle, knocked out of his hands by Biggs Johnson, and he gathers it back in. Lewis spins away, draws 3. Clayton up top, but he's not a three-point shooter. And then things stop for a moment. Now bounces off to Yoon, and they'll get Clayton for the moving screen as he collided with Delancey. Second one on Jeff, number 4 against the Trojans. All 4 fouls against Taylor in the first half have gone to 2 men, Clayton and Niehaus. A sub will come in for Taylor. Furman will get Clayton. Hahn will come in to get Yoon. So 4 of the 5 starters out there, with Clayton exiting. And Huffer taking his place. And only a couple starters out there for Uno. Those would be Johnson and Montz, or 3 of them, and Delancey, who gets the bounce pass here from Johnson. Straight away to Montz, who made his last 2 shots. Around a screen, Hahn defends, might have gotten a piece of it, it's missed. And Furman gets yet another rebound, that's his game-leading 6th. Lewis, in and out dribble, explodes to the rim, but he just can't finish a right-hand finger roll. Hubbard's shot is missed. He'll put it back up too strong. He'll get his own rebound amongst 4 guys. Furman passes up a 3, but Huffer doesn't, but it's a long miss off the back of the rim. A couple of different offensive boards for Hubbard, and the Trojans just unable to find any points there, still down by 4. Delancey has been on fire tonight, spins against Furman, and he'll miss a rotating layup as it rolls off the rim as Delancey tried to get to 9. Hubbard left side, guarded by the smaller Montz. Takes a right side Hahn screen. Hubbard down the paint, bangs with Bodie, doesn't care, banks it in with a right hand. 9 for Hubbard, and Taylor head coach Josh Andrews will call for a full timeout as his team backed within a deuce.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Out of the Taylor full timeout. Each team has used one timeout here in our first half. Northwestern Ohio with the ball. They lead 26-24. They're shooting 44% from the floor. The Trojans at 37%. Nichols to Montz, guarded by Hubbard. Left block, Bodie trying to go over the shorter Hahn. Hubbard comes a double team on a collapse. Bodie going up and under. He got Hahn in the air, and he'll get called for the foul, and that will draw boos from the Taylor students, filling rows 1 through 4 down below us. First one on Hahn, fifth one against Taylor. That puts Bodie to the line where he's almost automatic at 81% this season. Bodie coming off of the 22 points in 23 minutes against Goshen Tuesday, and he misses the free throw there after going a perfect 5 for 5 on Tuesday. Huffer out, Yoon in for Taylor. Bodie, the 6'8 transfer out of Cincinnati, but transferred in from NAI school at the University of the Cumberlands, the Patriots down south. And Bodie will make the second. He's got 5 off the Uno bench, and it's a 3-point lead for the Racers at 27-24. Lewis, Hubbard, Yoon, Hahn, Furman. The 5 on the floor right now, with Yoon the only non-starter out there for Taylor. Hubbard dribbles up top, left side Furman has not had a lot of open looks from the floor tonight. Double team there as he picks up the bounce, and Taylor quickly spins it to the near side. Lewis to Hubbard, who fakes the handoff with 7 to shoot. Hahn, catch and shoot 3 over traffic. Long in the air, up off the basket support. That will send it back to Northwestern Ohio. Hahn was 3 of 4 on Friday in Silent Night from 3 on his way to a career-high 20. He's 0 of 2 from distance here, and Taylor 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Johnson, Delancey, Montz to go with Bodie and Nichols. With Bodie and Nichols the only 2 reserves out there for Uno. Delancey, who's had a stellar first half with 7 points, 3 more than his season average. Nichols holds out to the volleyball line. Johnson fighting over the screen will be Lewis. Poked the ball free. Furman scoops it up. And now up to Hubbard. He is tripped from behind by Montz. No ill will there, but it looked worse because Montz got him on the shoulder and the back of the foot, but he was right there to help him up. Montz was the first one to help Jason up to his foot, or to his feet, excuse me. First on Montz, number 6 against Northwestern Ohio. 29 to shoot, 2:20 remaining in the first half with Taylor with the rock down by 3. Trojans shoot on the basket to our right. They're in white. Uno defends man-to-man in red. Nichols wants a piece of Hubbard. Fade away from the right elbow, extended, no good. And Jason is 4 of 12 shooting here in the opening half. Still just a 3-point Taylor disadvantage. Delancey bullets one to the far baseline across from us, and this is Nichols. Montz has got his rhythm going. Got away with the travel. Knocked away by Yoon. Stolen by Hahn. Up to Lewis trying to beat Johnson there. Oh, look at the Euro step, but just rolling off the rim. A criminal rim on the right. Takes a wonderful hoop away from the electrifying Jackson Lewis. That is criminal. We got to get a towel up there and dry that sucker off. That is just mean. Lewis almost falls over, then gets the ball back, and then whips it off to Yoon, who hits a reverse layup with his right hand. Lewis turned around, pleading for a foul that didn't come, and then looked down and said, oh, the ball is at my waist. But then a wonderful move on the other end by Biggs Johnson to shake away from Lewis. Johnson, our first player in double figures with an even 10. And with 85 seconds remaining in the first half, the Racers lead is back to 3. High pass to Furman from Hubbard, off the hands and intercepted by Delancey. Taylor gives it away for the 7th time here in the opening half. Furman will get called for a cheap foul as he was out of position against Montz up near the volleyball line. First on Furman, number 6 against the home team. A 1:13 says on the clock. Jacob Kinsey to the scores table to replace Jackson Lewis. 29-26 the Racer lead. They're shooting 46% from the floor. That's 4 percentage points higher than their season average. Bluff from Johnson gets the handoff. Furman comes help. Johnson almost blew a tire. That allows Kinsey to get back and defend to the free throw line. Near side arc Montz. Left block Bodie trying to back down Hahn. Tucks his shoulder and reverse layup off the glass is good for Hunter Bodie, who's got 7 points off the bench. Bodie a perfect 3 of 3 shooting from the floor on a couple nice spinning moves down on the block. Backdoor cut Yoon. Hahn finds him and Yoon cashes in on another reverse layup. This time from left to right with the right hand. And Taylor back down by 3 with 40 seconds left to go here in half 1. Delancey defended by Yoon. Johnson off a screen. Right there to defend is Kinsey. Fights over the screen. Right elbow jump shot off the front rim. No. Rebounded by Furman on the miss from Johnson. That's 7 first half rebounds for Furman. One off of his career high that he set last Friday at Silent Night. Taylor with the ball down by 3. Shot clock has been turned off with 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Kinsey defended by Biggs Johnson, far sideline, dribbling time away. Now there's 10 to go in the half. Hahn directing traffic where he wants Kinsey to go. Down to Hahn. Long 2, soft touch and good. Taylor down by 1. 3, 2, Johnson far side. Bodie dribbles for some odd reason with only 2 seconds. He won't get the shot off. And the Trojans, after trailing by as many as 6, go into the halftime break down by 1, 31-30, here on the Trojan Sports Network. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletics Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletic Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnston with you as you get a look at our regular halftime entertainment. A little more people cheering for that little guy out there when he was out there shooting on the opposite hoop during Silent Night last Friday. Pretty good little form. About 3 years old, the lefty. A little short there, but Grandpa out there. Oh, a little high pass there from Grandpa. We got to give our guy a little bit better of a pass there. Come on, Grandpa. First half, 31-30, the Northwestern Ohio lead. Much better pass there. Just missing off the back of the rim. Uno shot 12 of 26 in the first half for 46% from the floor. They're 5 of 11 from 3 for 46% as well. That's 16 percentage points higher than their season average. They're coming off of a 50% three-point shooting night in their win over Goshen Tuesday. The Racers went to the line 3 times. They made 2 of them in the first half. For Taylor, they made 13 of their 33 shots, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. That's 39% overall and 38% from the arc. And Taylor 1 of 3 from the free throw line in the opening half here tonight. One double-figure score that belonged to Northwestern Ohio's Biggs Johnson, coming off his career-high 32 on Tuesday night's win against Goshen. He had 10 points on 4 of 9 shooting, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc to pace the Racers in the first half. 7 points for Cedric Delancey, the defensive stopper who averages just 4 points per game this season. He had 8 in the win Tuesday against Goshen, and he's 7 points, 2 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, and also 1 of 1 from the line as he converted a 4-point play back in the first half. 7 points for Hunter Bodie off the bench in 12 minutes. He hasn't missed a shot from the field, 3 of 3. He has gone 1 of 2 from the line. 5 points for Zach Montz, 2 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the arc. Started off cold in Montz, and he found his rhythm, scoring all 5 on back-to-back possessions in the first. And the final score in the first half for the Racers was Justin Kep. He had 2 points, going 1 of 2 from the field. For the Trojans, they were led by Jason Hubbard, their leading scorer on the year. He had 9 first-half points on 4 of 12 shooting, was 0 of 1 from 3 and 1 of 3 from the stripe. 7 points for the Trojans. Gavin Yoon off the bench. He didn't miss a shot in the first half. 3 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 1 from downtown. 5 points for Jackson Lewis and Caden Furman. Lewis 2 of 4, 1 of 1 from 3. Furman has not missed a shot, but they've been hard to come by as the Uno Racers have blanketed 15 in white tonight. 17 minutes for Furman, 5 points, 2 of 2 shooting, and 1 of 1 from 3. But again, every time he catches the ball, it's either Delancey or Johnson that are right there on the catch, making life difficult for 15 in white. 2 points apiece for Jeff Clayton and Aaron Hahn. And then playing but not scoring in the first half for Taylor were Luke Huffer, Grant Niehaus, who picked up 2 fouls, and Jacob Kinsey. Playing but not scoring in the first half for Northwestern Ohio, Ben Westrick, Jalen Clark, and Owen Nichols. Rebounding numbers go to Taylor. They out-rebounded Northwestern Ohio 20-14, which is interesting because coming in, even though the Racers being out-rebound, almost their rebounding numbers with their opponents about even on the year. They have the much bigger team out there, starting 2 6'7" guys. To the Trojans, just 1, but Taylor's been much better on the glass line, out-rebounding the Racers by 6. They also have the advantage in the offensive glass, 7-1. And that's led to a plus margin in second chance points, with Taylor outscoring the Racers 7-2 in second chance opportunities. Other numbers of note, Taylor assisted on 7 of their 13 hoops. Jackson Lewis, the only one with more than 1. 3 assists on 12 baskets for the Racers. Montz, Johnson, and Westrick each had 1 helper. 1 block for Taylor in the first half. That was Clayton's. 3 blocks for the Racers. 1 from Delancey, 1 from Kep, and 1 from Westrick. 5 steals for the Trojans, 2 from Hahn. 2 steals for Northwestern Ohio. Delancey and Bodie each with 1 of their own. Points in the paint go to the edge of the Trojans, 18-10 in that category. Taylor turned it over 7 times. The Racers scored 4 points off those miscues. The Racers gave it away 7 times as well. Taylor converted that into 6 points of their own. Fast break points. Nobody had a fast break point in the first half. Both of the benches scored 7 points in our first 20 minutes. And we had 3 ties and 1 lead change. The lead change came early from Northwestern Ohio. They took a 4-2 lead. And they have not given up the lead since. We've had 3 ties and just that 1 lead change. As we get ready for second half action here inside Odell Arena. Taylor's biggest lead was 2 off the opening possession of the game. The Racers' biggest lead was 6. That came at about the midway point. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break is Northwestern Ohio 31, Taylor 30 here on the Trojan Sports Network. The second half is next.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Last thing to talk to you about. Big news in the basketball world this week was Stephen Curry broke the NBA three-point made record, passing Ray Allen in the Garden on Tuesday night. Reggie Miller was on the call. He had a really interesting stat. He said when he entered the league as a rookie in the late 80s, the team average was 5 3 attempts per game. Now it's over 30 or 34. You've been around basketball many, many years. Is that the biggest evolution of the game, you think, is the three-point shot using as a weapon? Because as people have known, you had the famous line a couple of years ago. You said, well, Rick, threes are worth more than twos,
yes,
which is a fact. But is that the biggest evolution of the game, you think?
It's a lot because it's spaced the floor. Guys can shoot it. More of the guys who are big, with size, can shoot it. Guys grow up with guard skills these days. They're not forced to play back to the basket. Guys push back against that. It's a deterrent to be considered a back to the basket player. We still really value that, but so many more guys can shoot it. It's opened up the floor. I think in the evolution of the time since I was a player to now, much more of a premium put on the three-point shot. The game is called tighter now. It's a more physical game 10 to 20 years ago, and I think it's made the game more exciting, more of an offensive-minded approach. And we'd like to have a balance of that. We love the three ball. We want the right guys taking it, and high percentage shots, and the skill of chasing long rebounds and that kind of thing. So the game's just changed a lot. I'd say the versatility of players and the depth of shooting on a roster is really the change, though.
Almost forgot that we had that last little bit of knowledge from Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews. We're ready to go. Start the second half off. Northwestern Ohio will start with the ball. It's their 5 starters on the floor. Cedric Delancey Jr., Zach Montz, Biggs Johnson, Justin Kep, and Ben Westrick. Johnson explodes around the screen, got right to the rim, missed the shot. Uno screams for a foul that doesn't come. The ball was tipped, rebounded by Lewis, got away with maybe a dribble. Hahn steps back 3 near side, and he'll miss that one off the front of the rim. Hahn 0 of 3 from downtown. We played 24 seconds, and both teams have come up empty on their opening second half possessions. Still a 1-point Uno lead, 31-30. Taylor's 5 starters back out there. Jason Hubbard, Aaron Hahn, Jeff Clayton, Jackson Lewis, and Caden Furman. Here's Delancey, weaving, pulling up from 10 feet, off the rim, no. Rebound down low, Westrick, and he overpowers Clayton, who had him pinned inside. First bucket for Westrick, who had 2 fouls in the first half and saw limited time, and that pushes the Uno lead up to 3 again. Low bounce pass, Furman. It took a while to get there and just beat Delancey there by a step. Clayton hands off to Hahn, fakes the 3, keeps that left foot planted on the parquet floor. Tried to rip through 2 defenders. Ball squirts out of bounds off of Uno. Stays here with Taylor. Montz and Westrick, the ones there defending Hahn in the paint. 13 to shoot as Lewis will get it in far baseline. Taylor shoots on the basket to our right. Exploding to the paint. Reverse layup Hubbard, and that one will roll off the rim as Jason misses his first shot of the second half. Just 4 of 13 is the Trojans' top score. Taylor trying to front Westrick, got the ball in anyway, misses the reverse layup, but getting hip checking him down to the floor is Clayton, who turns and looks for a foul, or looks for an explanation. His buddies down below us want an explanation as well, but they'll get Clayton for the hip check. That's Jeff's 3rd. And he's the 2nd tallest player on the Trojan roster behind the 6'10 JaVale Redwood. And then Hubbard, who clock checks in at 6'6". When you jump as high as Jason does, you might as well be 6'10 or 6'11 or 7'15", whatever. Free throws here for Westrick, just 48% is the big man this year. And that one hits the front rim straight on. Northwestern Ohio, not a good free throw shooting team on the year, just 65%. They were 8 of 15 for just above 50% in the win over Goshen Tuesday. The Racers lost 6 of their first 7 games. They've now won 4 of the last 6. The second one missed. Clayton, though, cannot keep it away from Delancey. Second offensive rebound, but then spinning like a top on the floor is Delancey. And the surrender Cobra with hands on their heads from the entire Uno bench across from us. They can't believe it. Delancey spun. And now Grant Jones a step or two late to check in. As Lewis will wave Furman forward and hands it off to him. Every Furman shot here in the game so far, all 2 of them, have been contested. He has it here right side, trying to blow by Delancey. Stops. Got a bucket here in the first half like this. Off the back rim, a hair too strong. Hubbard tried to knife through 2 defenders, and it's Montz that comes out of there with the ball for the Racers. Uno with the ball, leading by 3. They've led by as many as 6 early on here in the second half. Kep holds above his head, then whips it around the arc. Montz gets a right side screen from the aforementioned Kep. Block left pass. Hahn. Hubbard comes to help. Montz passes up a 3, drives right down the lane, goes right at Clayton. Ball knocked one off the face of Kep, who wasn't ready for it, who's still smarting as he works his way back up the floor. Racers leave Hahn open, steps in from 15 feet. That one short, but then it's whipped out of bounds by Montz, who couldn't gather it in with his left hand. That ball got stuck on his fingertips and then got shot out of bounds like a slingshot. Clayton and Hahn out, Niehaus in along with Grant Jones, who scored his first collegiate basket on Silent Night last Friday, the freshman from Muncie. Power dribble, handoff to Niehaus, who was plagued with foul trouble in the first half. Near side Furman, open look 3, off the back of the rim. Hubbard slaps it off the floor, couldn't get there before Montz able to snatch it away. First miss from Furman tonight, as Delancey was a step or 2 late to covering him perfectly. Jones trying to body with Westrick. Spins, the big man Jones cuts him off, and they'll get Grant for the foul on the block. First one on Jones, and the Taylor fans let their disagreement be heard voicefully. First on Jones, 6'4" freshman out of Muncie, as he tries to body down low with a 6'7" Westrick. 3-point Uno lead, 33-30. They scored the only 2 points of our first 3 minutes of the second half. Volleyball line Johnson around the left side Westrick screen, hesitates, goes in, barrels into his man. That was Niehaus, and that's a charge on Biggs Johnson. His first, and the first against Uno here in half number 2. So Taylor has missed their first 5 shots of the half. Uno 1 for 4 here in half 2. Lewis will jog it up the far sideline. Taylor in white, Northwestern Ohio in red. They defend man-to-man. Hubbard, a handoff to Niehaus, dribbling between the circles. Comes back to the near side. They got Lewis open, trying to get a second 3. Leans it in from the near side. Second triple for Jackson Lewis, and that ties the game at 33. After making just 1 basket on Friday, Lewis has made plenty. He's got 8 here so far. Trying to fight through the screen. Johnson missed the 3 short. Down low, getting in as Westrick goes up. Jones fouled him on the head. And now going for the reverse layup was Westrick, and he threw it over the rim. Second one on Jones, number 3 against the home side here in the half. That sends Westrick back to the line for 2 more, where he's 0 for 2 tonight. Missed 1 short, missed 1 long when he was in the line a few moments ago. Uno as a team just 2 for 5 from the line tonight. And the first one from Westrick will sneak over the front of the rim. 3 for Westrick, puts Uno back in front by 1. Westrick time to make it 2. As the Taylor students down below us start to make a little bit of noise. Second one for the big man. Ooh, that was clean. Good look there from Westrick. After the first 2 were missed short and long, those 2 go in clean. Johnson pestering Lewis in the Taylor backcourt. He accelerates to the front court, and Taylor the ball down by a deuce. Not even 4 minutes into this second half on a slow-moving second half, and then it'll be Justin Kep who will bump Hubbard. Second one on Kep, number 2 on Northwestern Ohio here in the half. Derek Boguet in for the first time. He replaces Montz. So Kep and Westrick, the only 2 Uno players with more than 1 foul. Jeff Clayton has 3 for the Trojans. He's on the bench. Niehaus on the floor right now along with Grant Jones. They both have 2. Lewis drives on Johnson. Beautiful back tap from Biggs Johnson. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Uno. And it stays here with Taylor. Johnson had a beautiful back tap as Lewis got around him with relative ease. But then going up for the ball, I think, was Westrick, and it went off of his fingertips and out. Lewis, far side Furman, fadeaway 3, high arcer, halfway down and out. Niehaus, though, gets the miss and puts it in for 2. First bucket for Grant Niehaus, and that ties the game at 35. Just over 4 minutes into the half. Boguet, far side hash mark. Off to Johnson, Lewis defending him, down the lane, Euro step. Furman was there, and that's a block on Furman, who tried to get there in time, but might have not gotten his feet set. Second one on Furman, fourth one on the Trojans is a good read from Furman. Just got there half a step too late. Brings us to immediate timeout. Second one on Furman, fourth one on the Trojans. 15:47 remaining in the second half as we had immediate timeout. Game tied at 35.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Second foul on Caden Furman as he tried to draw the charge down low. It was Biggs Johnson that was flying down the right side of the lane. It'll be a foul on the floor as Johnson was passing and not shooting. 15:47 remaining here in our second half. Our game tied at 35. Taylor led by 2, on the opening possession of the game. They have trailed since falling behind 4-2. But Uno's biggest lead tonight has only been 6. Fresh shot clock to reset the 20, I should say, as Delancey will get it into the baseline. Inbounder Johnson around a screen, cut off at the left elbow. Good defense by Lewis. Westrick trying to back down Jones. Bully ball in, right-hand shot no good. Westrick gets his own miss. Jones went for the block, and they'll get him on the forearm or the hip. And 2 more free throws upcoming for the big fella, Ben Westrick. Got him on the forearm is what they'll say. Third one on Jones, fifth one on Taylor. Westrick was 0 for 2 in the first half. He's got 4 points here in the second. Jones did not play in the first half, as there was something being discussed with our officials, Grant Jones, Cedric Delancey, and Furman. First one, front rim short for Westrick. He's 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight, or 2 of 5, excuse me. Comes in shooting just 48% for the redshirt freshman from Ottawa, Ohio. And before the second freebie can happen, the Trojans get Aaron Hahn to the scorer's table to get Grant Jones. Good ovation for Jones coming off the floor. And Uno will try to get a man to the table. Second one from Westrick. First one short. This one rattles in good. 3 of 6 is Westrick from the line tonight. 5 points all here in the half. He'll check out, and Hunter Bodie, 6'8", out of Cincinnati, comes in. That free throw puts Uno back ahead 36-35. Again, just 4.5 minutes have expired here in the slow-moving second half. Furman with Delancey watching his every move. Lewis takes a handoff from Hubbard, got into the paint. A little right-hand kiss off the glass is good for the speedy Jackson Lewis. 10 points for him, 5 in the second half. And that puts Taylor back ahead by a point. Good-looking move from Lewis as he's starting to play with more confidence. Has to defend Johnson and stop and pop 3 around the screen, no good. Hubbard snatches the miss out of there. Johnson just 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, one of the better Uno 3-point shooters. Lewis, right side arc, draws the eyes of two defenders, skips, finds Furman, bluffs a three, steps to his left, pulls the trigger, off the rim long. As Hubbard went slicing in, they'll say the ball went up off the basket support. And this will go back to Northwestern Ohio. After making his first three of the night, Furman has now missed 3 in a row. Furman just 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 6 from the floor overall, 1 of 4 from the arc. He'll exit as Gavin Yoon comes in. Gavin had 7 first-half points. He did not miss a shot. 3 for 3 overall and 1 of 1 from downtown. Lewis still marking Johnson. Far side, picks to the bounce. Low bounce pass to Zach Montz, who just checked in. Boguet back to Montz, high left side. Fakes the 3, spins on Hubbard, got into the air, finds Bodie up top. Far sideline, Johnson with 10 to shoot, screen and rolled, low pass, stolen by Hahn, and now Hubbard will race forward. Going against the smaller Johnson, stops, bully ball in from Hubbard, and there was nothing Uno could do. 11 for Jason Hubbard, and the Trojans take a 3-point lead at 39-36, their biggest lead tonight. Johnson trying to answer with a long 2, cannot. Ball swept away, it's going to stay here as Niehaus got tangled up with Kep and chucked him out of bounds. So that's the third on Grant Niehaus, third Trojan with 3 fouls. And the Trojans just picked up their 6th foul of the second half with 14:11 remaining. They're being whistled for just 6 in the entire first half. Biggs Johnson out for Northwestern Ohio, replaced by Clark. Kinsey will come in to get Niehaus. So the Trojans have 2 seniors, Hubbard and Hahn, the sophomore Yoon, and the 2 freshmen Lewis and Kinsey on the floor right now. Clark, see again, far baseline, lobs it up top, almost falling down as Kep, but able to keep his balance. Clark lobs it in near side arc. Bodie turns and now faces the basket. Fakes, Hahn stays down, trying to bully the smaller Hahn. Whips it far side, finds Boguet, rises in the air, double pump, spun it off the rim, tapped, rebounded by Yoon. Boguet got in the air, wasn't sure what to do with it, and missed the shot long. Rebound for Yoon. Far sideline arc, Kinsey, Yoon claps, gets, trying to weave around Bodie with Taylor leading by 3. Their biggest lead of the night and their first lead since 2-0. Telegraph pass stolen by Kep. Run to the other end, going up. Lewis fouls him on the arm. And then going down hard and holding his left knee is Justin Kep. A hard foul from Lewis, but Kep now the worse for wear. We'll take a break as the sports medicine staff goes to take a look. Or will they? Now they will wave athletic trainer Casey Hackman onto the floor. And now our officials will huddle up and to take a look at Kep. We'll keep it here until they make the official announcement on what the foul is going to be here on Lewis. 13:36 remaining in the second half. There was a telegraph pass from Lewis that Kep read beautifully, stepped behind his man, swept it to the backcourt, and then tried to outrace Lewis to the other end, but when Jackson came in for the hard foul right on the forearms, Kep came down hard and has been holding his left knee since. Our 3 officials huddling up. They're trying to figure out right now, I think, if they're going to call an intentional foul on Jackson Lewis. He did go for the ball. He didn't try to tackle Kep out of the air by any means. And good to see Kep pop back to his feet, helped up by his head coach Caleb Williams and Taylor athletic trainer Casey Hackman. Also good to see Kep able to walk off under his own power. So here is the foul on Lewis. And we'll wait to hear what the... And they're going to call an intentional foul on Jackson Lewis. You could hear it from the Taylor fans across from us. They are irate. So that's a technical foul on Jackson Lewis. Went in for the hard foul. They're going to say he probably wound him just a little bit too much. And so Owen Nichols, the one who's replacing Kep, who's trying to work his knee out on the far sideline, the far corner. Nichols the line, 7 of 10 from the line this year. Left that one short. He's got one more to come. Freshman from Glandorf, Ohio. And the Taylor fans irate. That foul, the 7th one against Taylor in the half. Second one is swished for Nichols, his first scoring tonight. And it'll be Uno ball as they trail by 2. Lewis out, Furman in. So there are still trying to stretch out Kep on the far side corner. They're moving his legs around, so that's good to see, and he was walking around a little bit trying to get stretched out. Nichols, who replaced him in the lineup, goes far side to Clark, with Uno down by just 2. High pass Bodie against the shorter Hahn. Bodie trying to use his size, goes in, 4 defenders there. Bodie spins, lefty hooks an air ball, and Hubbard's there to clean it up for Taylor. 0 and White glides up the far sideline with Taylor leading by 2. Hubbard skips and attacks, got to the baseline, now is caught in trouble. Right block, pivoting, still looking for help, wraps it into the cutting Furman. His circus layup no good, but a foul is called, and the Bronx cheers come out from the Taylor faithful. Foul on Bodie, his first, third on Northwestern Ohio, and Furman to the line for 2. 5 points for KJ tonight. Was 2 of 2 in the first half, 0 of 4 here in the second. And the first free throw is clean, with 1 more to come. This to give Taylor their biggest lead of the night of 4. Furman, a stellar free throw shooter, 86% this season after being 69% a year ago. Both of them clean. Furman's got 7, his first points of the second half. And Taylor's got their biggest lead of the night. They're up by 4. Delancey, with their top scorer for Northwestern Ohio, Biggs Johnson, still saddled on the bench. Not in foul trouble. Clark drives off a 1-foot front rim, just rolls off, and another rebound for Hubbard. That's number 8, 2 away from another double-double for the All-American candidate. Around the Hahn screen, got him to the free throw line, attacks baseline right around his man for a circus layup off the finger roll of the right hand. 13 for Hubbard, and the Trojans lead is 6. And timeout, Northwestern Ohio. Jason Hubbard claps. Jeff Clayton rocking the baby to celebrate with Jason Hubbard. Timeout is a full Northwestern Ohio timeout. They trail by a game-high 6 with 12:35 left to go in the second half.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Justin Kep still trying to walk around at the end of the Northwestern Ohio bench. Good to see him back up after injuring his left knee. He's getting a little water right now. Still no Biggs Johnson, the leading scorer for Northwestern Ohio, still on the bench. Bodie, right elbow, goes up just over the outstretched arm of Hubbard for a banking running layup. 9 for Bodie. And that's 1 behind Johnson, who's got a team high of 10. Out of the media timeout, out of the Northwestern Ohio timeout, that cuts the Taylor lead down to 4. Kinsey, Furman, Hubbard, Hahn, and Yoon, the Taylor 5. Handoff, Hubbard to Kinsey, right to the lane. Off the glass, no. But a foul on Westrick, his 3rd, will send Kinsey to the line for a couple of free throws. Mr. and Mrs. Kinsey like that drive from their freshman son across from us. 2 free throws for Kinsey, 3 of 4 from the line in his freshman season. First one, good look at stroke there from 23 and White. First point for Kins, and here comes Johnson in to replace Westrick, who just picked up his 3rd foul. Surprised it took Uno that long to get their top scorer Johnson back onto the floor. Had a career-high 32 on 10 of 15 shooting. His only 3 misses were from the three-point arc. Kinsey goes 1 of 2 as that one rattles out, and it keeps Taylor's lead at 5. 8 minutes into this second half, Uno goes from left to right in red. Clark, Delancey, Johnson, Montz, and Bodie, the 5 on the floor for the Racers. Johnson, low pass. Bodie able to gather that one in after almost tripping in the far corner. The 6'8 man against the 6'4 Hahn goes up, righty hook, and he floats that one home nicely. 11 for Bodie, 4 here in the second half as the Trojans late to come over on the double team. Yoon spins, bullets in, high post Hahn, handoff in traffic, Yoon, lefty layup, and Yoon still perfect from the floor. 9 for Gavin Yoon on a pretty lefty finish, and the Trojan lead back up to 5. 11:22 to go second half. Bodie fumbles it out of bounds as Hubbard tried to spin around and poke it away as out of his 7-foot wingspan reach, but also out of the long reach of the 6'8 Bodie. Kinsey out, Lewis in for Taylor. The Trojans going from right to left in white. Pressure in the backcourt as Clark watching every move by Furman. Taylor football head coach Aaron Mingo just walked in with his wife, Mingo dressed to the nines in a fancy suit. Yoon to the far side, Hubbard blows right by his man, goes with a cup reverse layup, easy money for Hunter Bodie. Let Hubbard just do whatever he wanted. 15 for Hubbard, 6.5, and Taylor's lead is a game high 7. Bodie against the shorter Hahn, beautiful spin, lefty hook, front rim rolls off, and Furman's got a career high 9 boards to go with 7 points. Back-to-back games of career-high rebounds from Furman, and then coming out of nowhere and swatting that shot away is the 6'2", Cedric Delancey. Beautiful slice through from Delancey, and he thwarted the shot away from Hahn, who looked to have a wide-open layup. 10:38 remaining in the second half, 20 to shoot for the Trojans. Their lead is 7. It's the biggest it's been all night. They trailed for the majority of the first half after leading on the opening possession 2-0. Have found their rhythm here after halftime. Lewis has been a big reason why. Back out to Hahn, fires a 3 over Montz. Straight line drive and long. Off the back of the rim is Hahn, 0 for 4 from downtown. Biggs Johnson accelerates, hesitates, goes in. His shot was blocked by Lewis, but they'll get him on the foul, maybe on a hip check. Second on Lewis, number 8 against Taylor here in half number 2. Biggs Johnson to the line, an excellent free throw shooter at 75%. He's had to work for his 10 points tonight, going just 4 of 13 from the floor. And 2 of 7 from downtown. First one swished, he's got 11. With 1 more to come. Johnson normally 41% from downtown and 46% from the floor overall, but the Trojans did a good job to lock him up tonight. He misses, and Hubbard gathers in rebound number 9. One off of a double-double for 0. Hubbard crossover left hand, got right around Bodie, right to the rim, and Bodie was just in Hubbard's way. Right hand layup, Hubbard, left side of the rim. Timeout, Trojans, as they lead by 8 once again, as Hubbard's got 17 points, 8 after halftime.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
.10:09 left to go here in the second half. It is Jason Hubbard's world, and we're all just living in it. 17 in the game, 8 in the second half after going 4 of 12 from the floor in the first half. Jason doing pretty good for himself, 4 of 5. as Bodie's just pretty much just ushered him right to the rim whenever Hubbard's won in the last couple of possessions. Out of the Taylor full timeout, Uno's got the ball. They're down by a game-high 8. Clark drives, kicks. Delancey's been good tonight. That one long from the near corner, and there's the double-double for Hubbard on his 10th rebound. First miss from 3 from Cedric Delancey. Taylor trying to build on their 8-point lead. Handoff from Hubbard to Yoon as he operates between the circles. Near side, Furman trying to get going from 3. Lost Delancey, and it's a 3 from the corner, and Furman. Third Trojan in double figures with 10 on the second made 3 from Caden Furman, and Taylor takes a double-figure lead up 11. Bodie to Mons, try to shoot out over Hubbard. That's a good idea to not let her go. Bodie hands off to Clark, turns the corner, try to give it back to him. Hahn cut him off. Ball knocked away. Clark falling away, now gives to Bodie. Hahn comes to double team. The Trojans leave Bodie alone, and he lays it in as the Trojans left the help side defense and just invited Bodie to go right to the baseline unabated. 9th foul on the Trojans. That'll send Bodie to the line for a chance at an and one. It was on Yoon, his first. And Bodie, more than capable free throw shooter. 81% on the year, 1 of 2 tonight, and now 2 of 3. 14 for Bodie to lead the way for Uno tonight. Comes in averaging just 8 points per ball game, coming off of a 22-point performance Tuesday against Goshen. Taylor's lead was 11, is now back down to 8. Hubbard against Mons this time. They cut him off on the right block, looking for help. Turns, fades, that one short. But there's Hahn for the offensive rebound. Off to Hubbard, Bodie waits, and his heels are inside the restricted area. And that's the second one on Bodie, and Hubbard's going to the line for 2. You could feel the Taylor students down below us holding their breath when Bodie was there to take the charge. Seeing how many calls in the Trojans in the second half, they had tried to take a couple charges and it went against them. You can see some of the reactions of the students down below us just hoping that it wouldn't go against their friends wearing white. 2 free throws for Hubbard, 1 of 3 from the line this evening. The first of 2 is perfect. 18 for Jason. The foul on Bodie was the second, the 5th on Uno here after halftime. And the second one is perfect as well. 3 free throw makes in a row for Jason. He scored 10 of his 19 in the second half. Ben Westrick in for the Racers, replacing Bodie. Jeff Clayton in for Taylor. He replaces Hahn. So both men on the floor for each of their respective teams are playing with 3 personal fouls. It's a 10-point Taylor lead as they've outscored Northwestern Ohio 25-14 here in the second half to turn a 1-point halftime deficit into a 10-point lead right here. Johnson shutters, shoulder shake goes in. Lewis got the block, missed it. Clayton picks it up off the floor. Now the Trojans run. They go from right to left and white. Lewis thought about going end-to-end, whips it to the wide open Gavin Yoon, whose 3 is short off the right side of the rim. First miss from 3 from Yoon tonight, and the first miss overall for 2 and white. 8:25 to go second half. Taylor still ahead by 10. Clark gets in, wraps his arm around Lewis. It was missed. He falls. It's rebounded by Hubbard, and the Trojans will go 5-on-4 near side. Hubbard trying to take it himself. Spins. Mons, who ripped the ball out of his hands, nicely anticipating the spin from Hubbard. Good defense by the 6'4 senior Mons. Here's Johnson high left side. Bangs with Yoon, and they'll get Gavin for the foul. That's his second. And the 10th one against Taylor puts Northwestern Ohio in the double bonus with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the game tonight. Uno averages 15 free throw attempts per game. They're going to get to 15 and 16 here with a 2-shot trip from their leading scorer, Biggs Johnson. And the first one is good. With 1 more to come, Niehaus in to replace Yoon, who's got to be careful with his 3 personal fouls. They'll actually get Hubbard out and give Jason a breather. Good to see Justin Kep back in. He's the one that drew the technical foul on Jackson Lewis earlier. Got his left knee looked at as Johnson makes the second free throw. Good to see 35 in red back out there. The 2 free throws from Biggs Johnson cut Taylor's lead down to 8 as we dip below 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Taylor with the ball from right to left and white. Clayton on Westrick. Taylor spins at the top and Yoon, near side to Lewis. He's had a good game scoring tonight. Takes the handoff from Clayton, tries to weave his way through a couple defenders. Caught in the paint, out to Niehaus, who bluffs the three. Johnson goes in, ball bounced behind by Niehaus to Lewis with 7 to shoot. Slips to Yoon, who blows right by Montz, jumps it down to Clayton for a right-hand finish. Beautiful job from Yoon to draw the defense, and Clayton finished. Back to a 10-point Taylor lead with 7:25 and counting here in the second half. Montz to Delancey, rising for a three. That one grazes off the left side of the rim. After making his first 2 threes, Delancey has missed 2 in a row. Uno now 5 of 15 from downtown. The Trojans 5 of 16. Lewis weaves in and out, dribbles right around Western, but he misses the right-hand finish from the left side of the rim. 7:03 remaining in regulation time. Johnson goes in, throws it wildly off the glass, and it's rebounded by Furman to complete his first collegiate double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Lewis right down Main Street, driving baseline right Yoon. Weaving, trying to go in, and Western got him on the forearm. 4th on the big man, and the 6th one against Uno in the half. Second game in a row that Furman has gotten a career high in rebounds. Had 8 Friday on Silent Night, 10 here tonight against Northwestern Ohio. And that gives Caden his first collegiate double-double, 10 points and 10 boards. It's been a struggle to shoot tonight. Just 3 of 7 is Furman. Just 1 of 5 here in the second half. As he'll exit, Hubbard comes in to spell him. Fouls on the floor, and so Lewis will get it in near baseline. Taylor shoots on the basket to our left, but then right before the ball was given to Lewis, Jalen Clark made his way to the scores table to come in for Northwestern Ohio to replace Cedric Delancey. Lewis to get it in. Once Hubbard, they cut him off, so Hubbard will run up the near side arc and they lob it in to him. 6:45 and counting in the second half. Taylor leading by double digits by 10. Niehaus whips it off to Yoon. Wanted to get it into Yoon, but it was read perfectly by Montz, who stepped in front and deflected. Niehaus to get it in far sideline with 12 to shoot. And 6:42 left to go here in the second half. Hubbard turns and faces the basket. They give him space. He takes and hits right over Kep. First 3 of the night for Jason Hubbard. 22 points with 13 here in the second half, and Taylor takes their biggest lead of 13 as Yoon gets tied up with Clark. That's Gavin's 3rd, and that'll send Clark to the line for 2 with the Racers in the double bonus. 2 free throws for Jalen Clark, freshman from Indianapolis and North Central High School. First one is good for Clark on his first scoring tonight. Yoon comes in to get Furman. Was laboring a little bit after colliding with Clark. Kep exits for the Racers. Delancey back in for the visitors. It's got to be nice for the Clark family to make the short drive up here to Upland, Indiana. Second free throw missed long. And Hubbard will gather it in on the baseline. That's his 12th carom of the night. Leads the game in points with 22 and leads the game in rebounds with 12, does Jason Hubbard. Lewis stops, finds the aforementioned Hubbard. Dribble handoff, Niehaus now operates at the volleyball line. Accelerates, far side Lewis. Ball went off of his face, able to gather it in and give off to Hubbard. Montz defends. Hubbard gets to the league logo. Swings it far side, Niehaus with 8 to shoot. Hubbard calls for it, gets it back, looks at the shot clock. Losing the dribble, ball out of bounds. Who to go off of? It went off the feet of Jason Hubbard. 5:59 to go, second half. Taylor back on defense, leading by 12. Clayton out, Hahn back in for TU. So it's Clark, Delancey, Johnson, Montz, and Bodie. 4-guard lineup out there for Northwestern Ohio, which is not what we were expecting. With a really big lineup out there for the Racers on the roster. But the Trojans have been able to thwart it tonight. Bodie, beautiful spin, got Hahn in the air. Hahn went for a ride as he got caught on the shoulders of Bodie. That is a 6'8" man that spins like a ballerina. Second on Hahn, double bonus coming. Shooting shot, shooting foul, so 2 more free throws for Bodie. Averaging 8 points and 5 rebounds a game. And this one off the back of the rim. He'll have 1 more to come. He's 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Gavin Yoon back in for Taylor, replacing Niehaus. He's got some tape around that left wrist and left thumb. Second one from Bodie. This one is good. He's got 15. and Uno will call a timeout. They trail by 11, full timeout with 5:45 left to go second half. The Trojans lead 60 to 49 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Taylor shooting 42% from the floor. Northwestern Ohio at just 35%. That's 11 percentage points lower than what the Racers shot in the first half. As Uno was just 4 of 20 here in the second half. The Trojans, meanwhile, are 11 of 24. So the Trojans have flexed their defensive muscle here after halftime, outscoring Uno 30-18, and they lead 60-49 here with 5:30 left to go in the second half. Trojans trying to get to 6-8 on the year. The Racers trying to get to 6-8 as well. Furman down the left sideline. Circuses it down to Hahn, blocked from behind by Clark. And a technical foul called on someone from Northwestern Ohio. It'll go against Jalen Clark, who got the block. That's the second technical foul called in the game tonight. Seventh one against Northwestern Ohio. Furman, the Trojans' best free throw shooter, to the line for 2. Actually, their second best one, but when it comes to attempts for ranking purposes, Furman would be the Trojans' best. Hahn is at 88%, but doesn't have the amount of attempts, just 7 of 8 is Hahn. Furman, many more attempts, knocks down both here. As KJ now 40 for 46 on the season. As Clark will exit, and Boguet comes in to spell him. 13-point Taylor lead, tying their biggest of the night. As the Trojans trying to even up the all-time series with the Racers. Uno winning last time these teams met back on this floor by a couple back in 2018. Boguet shuffles away from trouble, picks up his dribble, cannot find a single outlet that doesn't have a Trojan player in front of him. Bodie fakes, trying to take Hubbard to the rack, spins. Hubbard cuts him off on the spin. Near side, Montz looking for his first second half scoring, and that air ball will bounce out of bounds. Still just 4 field goals for Uno here in the second half that has 5 minutes remaining in it. And Taylor leading by 13 as the net is a little peculiar. So we call on the guy that won the Ohio high jump championship at 6'8" his senior year back in Miamisburg, Jason Hubbard, to properly fix the net. Lewis spins and races up the far sideline with Boguet riding his right hip, bouncing right block. Hahn caught in trouble, a triple team, finds Furman up top, swings it to Lewis, trying to find his third 3, off the rim long, dances down right to the hands of Hahn for a right-hand layup. First second half scoring for Hahn, and the ball just ran it right in 34's mitts. A beautiful second half for the Trojans. They've outscored Uno 34-18 here after halftime. Time on the floor with 4:44 left.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Out of the Taylor 30-second timeout, they've got a 30 and 2 fulls left. Northwestern Ohio also has a 30, and they also have 2 fulls left as well. They've got the ball down by a game-high 15 with 4:40 left to go second half. As Johnson will veer to the left side of the floor, defended by Jackson Lewis, who's done a good job to make life difficult for Uno's top scorer tonight. Montz through a double team near side. Boguet measures a 3, hits it from the perimeter right. First basket of the night for Derek Boguet. Now 2 of 4 is the freshman from Columbus from three-point range. And it brings Uno back to within 12, down 64-52. Hahn whips it down to the wide open Yoon, trying to save it. Does, far corner Furman, then throws it off the left sneaker of Delancey. A wonderful find, just a little bit off target on the pass to Yoon. Would have been another easy bucket for the lefty tonight, who's got 9 points. But stays here with the Trojans, as they've got 14 to shoot. Lewis to get it in far corner with Taylor shooting on the basket to our left. Montz wants to defend Hubbard. Backs it out, high right side. Left side Hahn screen, got Hubbard free. 3 defenders there, rises, free throw line, no good. But a shooting foul will come on the foul from Biggs Johnson. That's his second, team's 8th. And a couple more free throws here for Hubbard to add to his stellar second half scoring performance. 13 of his 22 here after halftime. And he's 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight. First one just will roll off the left side of the rim as Hubbard tried to will it in, standing on his tiptoes. Both Hubbard and Furman each with double-double sight. Hubbard with a game-high 22 and 12 in both categories. Now 23 and 12 as he makes the second freebie. And Furman's got 12 and 11. 65-52 the Taylor lead as we dip below 4 minutes remaining second half. Johnson around the high middle screen of Bodie. Boguet defended by Hahn, high left side. Boguet goes in, right-handed extended layup was no good, and Hahn able to pick it up off the floor on a short try from Boguet. Third carom for Hahn to go with his 4 points as Lewis operates on the far side. Spins, Boguet comes to defend him with 3:30 remaining in regulation time, and Taylor leading by 13. This has been the Trojans' half in every way possible. Furman rips and drive, lost the ball on the way there as it bounced away from his hand and then bounced out of bounds. 11th turnover for Taylor tonight. That matches the Uno output. And subs coming in with Josh Cassell making an appearance for the Racers, replacing Boguet. 13-point Taylor lead. They've outscored Uno by 14 here in the second half, 35-21, and holding the Racers to just 5 second-half field goals. Delancey down to Bodie, and a holding foul on Hubbard. First on Jason. And with the Racers already in the double bonus for some time. 2 free throws upcoming here for Hunter Bodie, who's made a familiar trek to the line. He's got 5 free throw attempts tonight. He's made 3 of them. And the first one will glance off the front of the rim. 1 more to come. As Derek Boguet re-enters for the Racers, he replaces Cassell. So Uno going with an offensive-defensive substitution set up here. Second one from Bodie, good. He's got 16, and the Racers will take a 30-second timeout. 3:07 left to go in this one. Taylor leads by 12. They've led by as many as 15 against Northwestern Ohio here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
.307 left in this one. Taylor trying to pick up their second all-time win against Northwestern Ohio and move the all-time series to 2-2 before they embark for Florida coming up this weekend. The Racers try to trap Lewis on the near side, and a hand check foul is called on Biggs Johnson. That's his third, number 9 on the Racers. And a 1-and-1 opportunity coming up here for Jackson Lewis. As Cassell comes back in, he replaces Boguet. This will be the 14th free throw attempt by Taylor tonight. It'll be the 36th one of the game between the two teams. First one from Lewis, off the target right. And they'll get Hahn for a foul. He doesn't like it. That's the 14th foul against Taylor here in the half. 23 in the whole half. For those of you keeping track of that at home. And we make the long walk to the other end of the floor for free throws. A double bonus for Delancey. He is 1 of 1 tonight. So these will be attempts 23 and 24. The first one good. First scoring of the second half for Delancey. Boguet back in. 2:59 left. Delancey will miss the second. And Furman able to chase it down, adding to his career-high rebounding total now up to 12, matching his scoring output tonight. Less than 3 to go in this one. Taylor leading by 11. They've led by as many as 15. Their lead has been double digits for the last handful of minutes. Hubbard, high right side, around a Hahn screen. Ball get kicked off of Hubbard's foot right to Furman. Then Jason gets it back. Hahn fakes the handoff to Hubbard, turns and faces the basket, wanted to give it off to him. He'll step back and fire a 3. That's off the right side of the limb. Lewis tried to come in and knife the ball away, couldn't get there. Here come the Racers, the other end. Johnson, Euro step over Yoon, spins off the rim. Hubbard comes in from the opposite end to clean it up with rebound number 13. So both Jason and Furman with double-doubles tonight. And Taylor 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from their 6th win. But a whistle blows. And we have to wait because there are more free throws coming. About 24 second half fouls. So a lot of free throw practice out there for everybody. Yoon's got 2 free throws here. He's 3 of 5 this season. And now 4 of 6. He's the 4th Trojan in double digits with 10. Hubbard leading the way with 23. Furman's got 12. Yoon and Lewis each with 10. And that one's short. One-handed rebound for Delancey. It's a 12-point Taylor lead as they've held Uno 12 points below their season average. Bodie measuring a 3, front rim no. Hubbard accelerates. He'll be called for the over the back against Montz as they collided in the air. Taylor assistant coach Stan Doherty can't believe it. That's the 15th foul against Taylor in the second half, number 2 on Hubbard. So we now have 25 second half fouls. And this will be, we've already had 40 free throw attempts and number 41 made by Montz. That's his first scoring of the second half. Cassell out, Boguet back in for Uno. And with one more to come, here's free throw number 42 tonight. And Montz makes them both. He's got 7. And a timeout with 2:02 left. Northwestern Ohio trying to chip away at this one. They're down 10 with 2:02 left. Full timeout for the Racers. They've got 1 timeout left here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletics Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Ten-point Taylor lead, just over 2 minutes left to go in this one. The story of the night, Jason Hubbard scoring 14 of his 23 here in the second half. He's got a double-double with 13 points, or 13 rebounds in the 23 points. Furman with 12 and 12. Lewis and Yoon each with 10. 13 for Biggs Johnson coming off the 32 against Goshen on Tuesday, but he's just 4 of 16 from the floor. Hunter Bodie's played well, 6 of 9, 16 points. Really good night from Bodie. Full court press put on by the Racers. Lewis double team there, spins away nicely from Montz, and now Taylor can just kill the time here with just about 2 possessions left per team with a 30-second shot clock and 2 minutes on the game clock. On to Hubbard. The Trojans will bleed clock here, leading by 10. Both teams come in 5 and 8. Trying to end the first half on the first half of the season on a high note. Hubbard turns it over. Boguet races and goes up for a right-hand dunk. 5 for Boguet with 90 seconds left. The Trojans have not been very clean here in the late stages after building their lead to double digits here as of late. With 80 seconds left, they lead by 8. Uno and no rush to foul with both teams already in the double bonus. Hubbard, right side high, defended by Delancey. Delancey rips it away, diving as Montz, and as he did, he hit the ball out of bounds. If he did not dive for it and make contact with the ball, this ball might be going back to Uno. Instead, Montz pops up and is a little bit slow to get back up. He went full extension, stuck that right arm out there and smacked the parquet floor hard. But he pops back up. 1:09 remaining in the second half with 10 to shoot for the Trojans as they lead by 8. They trailed by 1 at the half, 31-30. Lewis fakes the pass far side, near sideline, lobs it up to Hubbard. Fumbles it, gets it back with 7 and 6. Hubbard down the left side of the lane, bangs with Montz, spins through 2 defenders, knocked out of his hands. And that's a foul on the forearms. And 2 more free throws coming for Jason Hubbard. That's number 11 on Uno here in the second half. We have had 26 fouls called in the second half. That is more fouls than we have minutes played in the second half. We only played 20 minutes per half, and we have 26 fouls. 2 more for Hubbard, trying to get to 25. But first you have to get to 24, and he gets that. Spun the night from Jason, 24 points, 13 boards, and 2 assists. This to push the Taylor lead back up to 10. Got him. 25. A full Taylor timeout with 63 seconds left. Their lead is 10. As Taylor head coach Josh Andrews will talk this one over. 68-58 the Taylor lead with 1:03 left to go in regulation here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Couple housekeeping notes. Jason Hubbard has climbed 2 more spots in the all-time Taylor scoring charts. He came in tonight 29th. He needed 10 points to get past Tommy Peller or needed 11 points to get past Tommy Peller for 28th. He needed 16 to get to 27th, and he has done that as Jason has passed Tommy Peller and Steve Reneker. As Jason's got 25 tonight, now has to score the 27th most points in Taylor basketball history. 10-point Taylor lead. Lewis is going to foul Biggs Johnson. And that and the foul on Hubbard earlier, about the 2 that we've really agreed with up here, as Lewis closed out too tight, cut the legs right out from Biggs Johnson. And the leading scorer for Uno will get 3 shots here. It's been a struggle tonight for Johnson. Had a career high 32, for the redshirt freshman from Lima Central Catholic. On Tuesday, went 12 of 15 and 7 of 10 from 3. Tonight, 13 points on 4 of 16 shooting. There's number 17. Or number 14 on his first free throw of 3. But give a credit to Lewis and Hubbard. They've been the 2 main defenders on Biggs Johnson tonight. 15 for him. And this to make it a 7-point deficit with 55 and 2/10 of a second left. In a slow-moving second half, he knocked down all 3. Not surprising, 75% from the stripe. He is 6 of 7 tonight. And Taylor's once 15-point lead has now been whittled down to 7. Long cross-court pass in the backcourt. Furman, near side, Yoon. Uno screams for a foul. Yoon's going to get fouled. And with 47 and 4/10 of a second, Yoon will try to push the Taylor lead back up to 9. Gavin, 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. These will be free throws 19 and 20 for Taylor tonight. The 2 teams will combine for 59 free throws after the 2-shot trip from Yoon. This one, a knuckleball off target right. Not a lot of attempts for Gavin this season, just 5 coming in. He's 1 of 3 tonight, trying to get to 50% with this one. That one halfway down and rattles out. And there's still some life here for Northwestern Ohio, down 7 with 40 seconds left. Johnson trying to shake away from Lewis. Pitching outside to Montz, a 3 on the way, no good. Yoon couldn't get it. Bodie has the rebound, left block. Powers over Hubbard, who thwarts his shot away with the left hand. Yoon dives trying to save it. And that'll take more precious time off the clock. 30 and 7/10 of a second left after a huge Hubbard block down low. 16 to shoot for the Racers. They led for pretty much all of the first half outside of a couple of seconds. Johnson off balance through over Lewis, tried to bank it in from the high left corner. Rebounded by Montz down low. Top to Bodie for a 3. That one is good, and the deficit is now 4. First made 3 for Hunter Bodie tonight for a guy, and the only 3s attempted tonight as well. And with 22 and 9/10 of a second left, the Trojan lead down to 4 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor had a 15-point lead after a missed 3 on the offense rebound. A Hahn putback made it 64-49. 64-49. Since then, Taylor's been outscored 15-4 over the last 4 minutes plus. And the Trojans have shot the free throws woefully tonight at just 60%. And a foul in the backcourt, both teams in the double bonus. This one is on Delancey. It's his 3rd. And 2 big free throws here for Furman, trying to push it back to a full-fledged 2-possession game. Furman makes the first. He's 5 of 5 tonight. This to make it a 6-point Taylor lead with 21 and 7/10 of a second left. Taylor's done a bad job of closing that in the last almost 5 minutes. But 2 big free throws from Furman. 9 of his 14 here in the second half. And Taylor leads by 6. Johnson heaves a long 3, banks it in over the square. His 3rd made 3 tonight, and the Trojan lead down to just 3. 17 seconds left to try to get it into Hubbard. Ball knocked out of bounds by Bodie. Then trying to save it was Johnson, who just made the three and then ran up 6 flights of stairs. And now Taylor will take a timeout. There have got 2 left. It's a full timeout. They've got 1:30. So a Johnson 3-point shot, who has made just 5 of his 18 attempts tonight and 3 of his 9 threes. But 19 points for Johnson, 9 in the second half. And Taylor's 15-point lead is now down to 3 with just 17 seconds left.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Taylor's been outscored 18-6 since building a game-high 15-point lead with 4:43 left. As the Racers offense has come to life here, now with 14 and 9 seconds after a banked-in 3 by Biggs Johnson above the square. Bodie will guard the inbounds pass of Jackson Lewis in the far corner in the Taylor backcourt. 3-point Trojan lead. They get it into Furman. He's been their best free throw shooter tonight. Spins away as Delancey fouls him. That's the 4th one on Delancey. 42nd foul called in the game tonight. 2 free throws for the Trojans. This will be free throws 52 and 53 between the two teams tonight. Taylor 14 of 22. Taylor's lead is 3. And now 4. Clean, nothing but net for Furman, who's 7 of 7 tonight. Back to a 2-possession game. Furman trying to make it 5, which he does. A quiet night for Furman after exploding for 34 last night. 5-point Taylor lead. The Trojans double-team Johnson. Head fake, steps into a 3, front rim no. Ripped down by Delancey. His off-balance shot rolls off the rim with 4 seconds left. Hubbard cleans it up. He's fouled with 2, and it's just window dressing from here. Third on Bodie. That's foul number 31 called against the two teams tonight as Johnson and Hubbard dap up. Nobody down there with 2 and 2 seconds left, so Johnson will have to come down and keep his teammate Bodie and Hubbard occupied. Jason with 25 points and 14 rebounds tonight. He's 6 of 9 from the line. And there's that one short. 1 more to come. Taylor's lead is 5 with 2 seconds left, so the Trojans will move to 6 and 8. Northwestern Ohio will fall to 5 and 9. And the second one. Yep, leans are in, 26. And Taylor will win by 3. Bodie chucks it from beyond half court. And the Trojans hold on. Saw their 15-point lead whittled down to 3 with just a couple seconds left, with some free throws from Furman and Hubbard. Get the Trojans to a 73-67 win tonight to move to 6 and 8 on the year. We'll be back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletics Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH, from our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Back inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson, head coach of the men's basketball team here at Taylor, Josh Andrews. I'm not sure if we should show us or should we show your son Josiah shooting. I'm sure they'd rather, instead of see you and I, Bly, they probably want to watch him shoot.
Only if he's going to make shots. We don't want to watch misses. So.
But he gives a lot of effort and a lot of gusto. So,
yeah, he'll get scolded for that at home. We'll work on that.
Well, I was scolding his grandfather. He wasn't giving him a lot of good passes during halftime, so I had to publicly scold the original Mr. Andrews. So I'm sure I'll hear from that, in a week or two.
Poppy was a good passer, so I'd have to see that. But yeah, it's good.
Well, we have it on film.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your game tonight. You guys trailed by 1. You outscored them 43-36 in the second half. What worked so well after halftime for your guys?
I thought we moved the ball better. The ball stuck some in the first half. We had, the guys know Jason's ability and certainly his driving and creating ability. We had a half dozen possessions where we just kind of stuck. The guys stopped cutting and put too much on Jay and just had a few broken possessions that kept us from scoring the way I think the group can, and plenty of that is on me. I got to continue to help our balance and how the ball moves and how we play. Second half, we just played, a lot of pitch and handoff and turn downs into the paint and pinging the ball around, just phrases we use, and it was fun to watch. And I think it led to success offensively.
Biggs Johnson had 32 points in their win over Goshen Tuesday. He had just 19 tonight, and he had to get 19 shots to get there. How impressive was to watch Jackson Lewis, who's a freshman, and then Jason obviously defended as well, but Jackson took the bulk of guarding the 11.
Yeah, and Jay Kinsey helped there as well. Yep. Our guys have been defensive-minded. It's really fun to coach a team that loves to compete on that end of the floor. So I thought we fought him well, made him make some tough shots, and I think 2 of them might have come late, at least one of them where he got some late stuff. Free throws and the deep 3 there as they were making a push late, and we got to close the game better. But our defensive effort, really good to hold them to 33%, and there's some things we can clean up. But, we didn't mention this before. Maybe we did. Just exam week. I know how hard our guys have pushed, and I thought in the first half we had some mental exhaustion. We just looked sluggish, and maybe that's the game that follows Silent Night too. It's a different energy in the gym, and we can't make excuses, but it felt that way, and had a good second half response. So I was proud of him.
Jason led the way with 26 points. He had 17 after halftime. Jackson Lewis had 10. He shot the ball 4 of 9 tonight, 2 of 3 from 3, and then 10 points for Una off the bench. But I want to talk about Caden Furman. Had 16 points, went 3 of 7 from the floor, but he had 7 first-half rebounds tonight. It's his first collegiate double-double with 12 boards. Yeah,
really impressive. We praised him in the locker room because I thought he stayed really balanced, and he is going to be a marked man the rest of his career. And the discipline to take great shots and then to be a creator as he keeps advancing his game to get to attack a bad closeout or to turn down action and be a great passer and playmaker. And he's got that ability. And then he was just balanced. And obviously when he gets to the free throw line, it's over. So kudos to our guys for executing late. We didn't want the game to be that close, but we got the ball in his hands late, and that was critical.
You look at, we mentioned it, Lewis had 10 points. He had 2 assists tonight, 3 rebounds. Yoon had 10 points off the bench, and Gavin was 4 or 5 from the floor, and he had the one that missed was really close to going out and staying perfect. What's it like to see the punch from the two of them, two guys who want to try to get more involved in the offense?
Yeah, we need it. That might be the first time we've had 4 guys in double figures. You would know that better than me. We just have not done that well, and we want to. Jason and Caden are going to be leading shot takers, and they've earned that, but we've got guys that can score it. We got players. We want guys playing aggressive and using their skill sets inside of how we play, so I'm very pleased with that. And we had 12 turnovers tonight, so it's that's a real positive for our program. We want to value the ball and get shots and good things happen.
Yeah, it's 4 below your season average in the turnover department. You turned the 11 turnovers from Northwestern Ohio into 13 points tonight. You guys outscored them by 16 in the paint. That's a humongous team that they brought in here. You outscored them 36-20.
Yeah.
What led to that? Because you guys aren't as big as they are from top to bottom.
Hey, we got downhill. We were able to, the way they fight action on the perimeter and how they get into you, we were able to turn it down and get in the paint some, a myriad of guys. And Jason primarily getting in scores at the rim. He had a stretch where he was really scoring it at the rim. So that played. They fought the three-point line well. And we didn't shoot it from there as well as we'd like to, but when you find ways to win anyway in that type of game, that's a real positive.
You guys are 6-8 on the year, but now you get ready to head down to sunny Florida here on Saturday. We're not going to see you guys for like a month because you start the first week and a half of the second semester back in January, back on the road. So Merry Christmas to you and the family. Happy New Year. Any other holiday we got to get in before the next month?
No, it's good. We'll miss you. We'll miss being at home, but hopefully this group keeps growing together and becoming a stronger team, and we look forward to seeing you again back in Odell.
I'm just saying, I can get my bags packed in a moment's notice before you guys fly out this weekend. So if you have an extra seat, just call me, and I can fit it into my schedule to go down to Florida for a couple days.
We'll check in with you Sunday at that 83 degrees on the beach.
Thanks.
It's going to be good. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that photo from the beach. Congratulations. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy the New Year, and we'll talk to you in January.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
Taylor head men's basketball coach Josh Andrews back to wrap it up next here on the Trojan Sports Network. Thanks, you. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletic Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. Back for one final time here in 2021 inside Odell Arena. Ivanhoe's post-game show. Taylor erases a 1-point halftime deficit, outscoring Northwestern Ohio 43-36 in the second half to win 73-67. The Trojans shot 43% from the floor in the second half after shooting 46% from the floor in the first half. For Northwestern Ohio, they're able to muster just 8 field goals, going 8 for 34 for 24%. as the Trojans turned up the defensive intensity, and it led to the victory tonight by 6. The Trojans led by as many as 15 with 4:43 to go, but then a beautiful close from the Racers to make it a one-possession game at 3 points at 70-67. But Taylor got 3 free throws down the stretch to keep Uno at bay, and the Trojans come away with their 6th win of the season. 4 in double figures for the Trojans, led by Jason Hubbard's game-high 26. He had 17 after halftime, going 5 of 7 from the floor, knocking down his only 3, and making 6 of his 8 second-half free throws. 16 for Caden Furman, 11 also in the second half. Started off the game well, going 2 of 2, struggled for the game, going just 3 of 7 and 2 of 5 from 3, but most importantly, Furman went a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line this evening. 10 points for Jackson Lewis and 10 points for Gavin Yoon off of the Taylor bench. 4 points apiece for Clayton and Hahn in starting roles, 2 points for Niehaus in a reserve role, 1 point for Kinsey. Playing but not scoring tonight were Luke Huffer, and Grant Jones. For Northwestern Ohio, Briggs Johnson led the way with 19 points. Hunter Bodie matched his 19 points coming off of the bench. Johnson is coming off of a 32-point career-high win in the win over Goshen on Tuesday, when he missed just a handful of shots. Tonight, Johnson was just 5 of 19 and 3 of 10 from beyond the arc to get to those 19 points tonight. On the other side, Hunter Bodie, 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, and 4 of 7 from the stripe. 8 points for Cedric Delancey, 4 points higher than his season average. He was 2 of 7 overall, but was great in the first half, scoring 7 of his 8 points on 2 of 3 shooting and 2 of 2 from downtown. He finished the night 2 of 7 and 2 of 4 from distance. 7 points for Zach Montz on 2 of 9 shooting, 2 points for Justin Kemp, 1 of 2 from the floor, and 5 points for Ben Westrick, who was plagued with fouls tonight, had 4 of them, had 5 points in 16 minutes on 1 of 4 shooting. We mentioned 19 off the bench. Boguet had 5, Nichols had 1, Clark with 1, and Josh Cassell played but did not score tonight for the Northwestern Ohio Racers. 3 guys got the double-figure rebounds. Cedric Delancey had 10 rebounds tonight to lead the way for the Northwestern Ohio Racers. He averages just 3 rebounds per game, so he was really effective tonight rebounding the basketball. 8 for Bodie off the Northwestern Ohio bench. 2 Trojans got to the double-double mark. Another double-double for Jason Hubbard, had 14 rebounds to lead the game tonight. And Caden Furman gets his first collegiate double-double. He had 16 points and a career-high 12 rebounds. Second game in a row that KJ has gotten career highs in rebounds after pulling down 8 in the Silent Night game on Friday. 5 as well for Jeff Clayton. And that is it for the top rebound men tonight. Taylor assisted on 12 of their 25 hoops, 2 apiece for Hubbard, Lewis, Hahn, and Yoon. 5 assists on 20 baskets for the Racers. They were led by Montz, who had 3. 6 steals for the Trojans, Hahn with 3 of them. 5 takeaways for Northwestern Ohio, no one with more than 1. 3 blocks for the Trojans, 2 for Clayton. 6 rejections for Northwestern Ohio, 2 of them from Delancey. Taylor gave it away 12 times tonight. That led to 11 Racer points. The Racers gave it away 11 times on their own. Taylor converted that into 13 points for their cause. Tonight we had a total of 43 fouls called, and we had a total of 55 free throws taken. Taylor made 17 of their 26 for just 65%. Northwestern Ohio, 19 of 29. That was good enough for 66%. So with the win, Taylor moves to 6-8 on the year. Northwestern Ohio falls to 5-9. The Trojans fly out this weekend to sunny Florida for 2 games down in the Sunshine State. They take on Kaiser on the 21st, and they're at Weber International on the 22nd before getting the rest of December off before coming back in at the end of December to start practicing and getting ready for the final 2-month push, whereas all Crossroads League games all the time, starting at Bethel on January 4th. The Trojans are at Grace that Saturday, who's the newly minted 7th-ranked team in the country. They're the best team in the Crossroads League this year. They are really good. And Taylor comes back here for a week at home. They'll welcome Spring Arbor for the first time in over a calendar year, after the Trojans were unable to play Spring Arbor a year ago with all the different COVID rules up in Michigan. The Cougars are here on January 11th, and that will be our first broadcast of the 2022 year. So for Kelly Neff and Josh Fenwick, my name is Rick Johnston. The executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is, as always, Cameron Andrew. For everyone that's watched us here this season so far, and everyone that's watched us here in the calendar year of 2021, we say thank you. It has been an absolute blast to bring you the games this year, back in the first half of the year when capacities were limited, and this year when we've opened the doors up and welcomed everybody back into all of our facilities here this fall. We hope you enjoyed it, and we can't wait to talk to you in 2022. For our final broadcast of the 2021 calendar year, the Taylor men's basketball team defeats Northwestern Ohio by a final of 73-67, outscoring the Racers in the second half 43-36. For those of you wondering, the Trojans, that's 9 points higher than their season average in second halves this season. We'll talk to you in 2022. Until then, we say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll talk to you in January 2022 for more Taylor basketball action here on the Trojan Sports Network. Until then, we say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.